Greetings from the Glade. Today is February 7th, 2026, and I wanted to go over the progress over the past week for life forms. So last week I closed out the video with what was the beginnings of the saber-tooth sculpt. This week I finished the sculpt. I also finished the custom rigging in Blender. Today, I just did her initial material pass, and she's evolved. Let's put it that way. This was going to be a male tiger saber-tooth, and these things, one, take on a life their own, life of their own as I'm building them, and they name themselves. I planned this to be Frostbite. He was going to be a white tiger with saber teeth, and it's a female Black Panther with saber teeth. The reason I changed it was for several reasons. One, if you didn't notice, she's been perched up here watching the entire time. And as is the case with a big cat, once you've noticed it's there, it's already too late. So she's a watcher in the grotto. And the reason I made it a female's because she's got company now. I built her a den, and she's got 2 cubs. I will rig and animate them someday soon, but let me get her behaviors first. And they named themselves. So I was gonna call it was gonna be Frostbite, and now it's Maw. MAW. She's a mother and Maw. You don't want to be on the receiving end of this maw, this mouth. Also, material work was done this week on the sigil. There were some abnormalities on this mesh, especially on the inner rim and definitely on the tree. Figured it out, fixed it. If you didn't notice it in the previous videos, so much the better. There's an additional resident in the Glade. Whoops. And as part of the materials upgrade, I did 2 things. Or 2 additional things. The waymark is no longer just a disc. It's actually a copy of the sigil. Did I come up with a better idea? That's my working design. Also, the blocked spring, when I initially began building it, I built a fountainhead for it, a structure that was lying on top that our bull would interact with to trigger the sequence. Couldn't get its materials right. This week, we have an upgrade. A, the materials are working, and B, it has a globe of trapped water inside of it. Once the sequence begins, the globe shrinks and releases the water. And yes, I do understand and realize that the globe's volume is nothing close to the amount of water that gets released. So that's a narrative point I have to resolve at some point. So that's essentially the update. If you've watched any of my previous videos and this waterfall's volume was so loud, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I tuned it down. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I was going for atmosphere, but it does need to be louder than that. But the star of the show is the Sabretooth this week. The rig was built entirely in Blender. So, sculpt and rig were built in Blender. All in all, it's been about 4 days of work to get her to this point. This time, however, I've also implemented inverse kinematics for the limbs. So this, I hope, will make animating it so much easier than it was before. On Verdi the Bull, it was bone by bone, frame by frame, and as a result, it took a month to get anywhere close to this point. Well, at least 3 weeks. I can't really get my head around how quickly this went, but I'm sure there'll be something to make me regret saying that at some point. Okay, we're back. Future planes are going to be Panther Sabretooth centric. She's got this very simple animation right now. She's wagging her tail. I want her to get be able to head track the bull as he goes back and forth. Obviously, you have to give her behavior and a personality, really. Whoops, sorry. When and that's just a continuous improvement. I've got to get her to the same level as the bull before they interact. And then there we go. Combat, avoidance, fight, flight. It's all going to be implemented along with layers of ecology in this. And this is the first I've mentioned it, but this is going to be a living, breathing world, not just the creatures. Creatures will impact the world through our choices and their actions. Okay, he's got an aura around these, around the grass. It's interesting. Okay, that's it for this week. If you've made it this far and you like what you saw, toss me a like. Let me know anybody's actually watching any of this. Okay, with that, thank you. I'll see you next time, and hopefully have some really good updates for you. Thank you.